Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's KWife here. Hope everyone's day is going great today. Thanks, everyone. Great to see you guys in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment and turn on those notifications and leave a like. It really does help us out a lot. So we're just gonna be free roaming as Batgirl today. Today we're gonna be doing Lego Batman. Today 2 episodes and 1 episode of I have no idea what in Pokemon. I don't know, like, there's all this Thanksgiving food in my house, but I don't really eat a lot of, like, I usually just have salad, so it's like, I don't really have anything to eat, so it's like, I'm literally starving because there's all this, like, meat, potatoes, everything, stuff that look like, and I don't eat any of that, so, like, the only thing I could do is, like, put, I just don't even have time to make myself salad, so I don't know, maybe I'll get some of those little salads at Target. But anyway, it looks like I'm not Batgirl right now, so I'll just go to, the, Belfry. Whoops. Here we go, we're gonna go to the Belfry and change who we are. So, I guess Luke was playing as Red Hood, obviously, last time. Yeah, so Luke and I were talking today about what we were going to do next, and I told him we should just do Portal because we told people we were going to do that a while ago, and okay, thank you. Oh, awesome, new profile pic, Christmas Ben. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ben, the Rosalina fan.
Good to see you back and safe.
We caught Freeze, even if we had to do it twice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Awesome profile picture.
You're
Thank you so
thinking of building
much.
one, aren't you? We're doing this.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Yeah, so we were talking about what we were gonna do. I noticed some of you guys mentioning the game drought. There we go. No donation train. Tokyo donation. Tokyo donation. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a game drought. There's like a drought of good games, I guess, because this game was supposed to do content for like 6 months, and it's not really. The game drop off is so hard for this game, so. That's kind of why. Otherwise, if this game had been made like, if this game had been what everyone expected, we would probably be still playing this for like 6 months. But unfortunately, and I would still play. I like playing it, honestly, but because of all the problems and the fact that it just wasn't, like everyone keeps asking me, well, what are the problems in the game? It's like. Well, the problem with the game is nobody wants to play it. Like, there was Luke was just talking about somewhere where somebody was talking about this game, and there were all these, comments that said dead game. That's not a good sign for a game. Like, I'm not saying it. It's like the entire internet is saying it's not very well done. And I don't, like, for me, like, I'm not really a game journalist or anything. I don't really review anything, so I don't, I'm always like sparkly and cool, and so, I don't, yeah, I can obviously see the horrible glitches, and I can see what makes the game not fun for me. So I think like that's easy to see, but like I don't have any vendetta against the game. The only thing I get angry about the game is the fact that it was supposed to be better, so I could make more content on it, which makes me upset. I wish I could make more content on the game, but I can't. So, but anyway, yeah, so I guess we have kind of a game drought, but in reality, it's a lack of a good game drought. The only game I would say that really wasn't part of like the game drought, I guess, would be, or a good game drought would be like Mario plus Rabbids. That game really shone and was amazing, and we played through that, and that was amazing. Like they did a great job with that. So yeah, so Yeah, we thought about doing Harvestella. We did a little poll today, and we noticed you guys didn't really want to see Harvestella, and I noticed Luke didn't even, it's okay, but it's actually just one word, Harvestella, but that's alright. Alright, so we're just gonna go right out. Actually, I'm gonna change my cowl real quick because, I don't know. The only thing, like, this game really, like, I do like the fact that, you can have cool, you know, cool costumes and stuff like that. Okay. But, like, even with the costumes, like, I wish that you could, I wish that you could actually have skins from actual comic books or things like that. So, I just took time to, change my gear, but I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh no, that is my gear. Okay. No, I don't know, for some reason it just looks too dark and moody. There we go. Now we're in, that. There we go. I look a little bit less intimidating now. So we're just gonna go, just do some missions and, just run around. I'm sorry it took me a while to get into this game today. On my computer it had, like, an admin lock. Luke had to stumble down the stairs in a sleep, like, on his medicine kind of haze, and help me unlock the computer because it was, like, locked for admin access or something, and I was struggling with it for a while trying to unlock it. Yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well. Hello, Brandon, and hi, Brandon. Hi, Twin. Hi, Gio. Hi, Dr. Shane. Hello, Red Hood. Good to see you, Juan. And, Preston. Oh, I'm fine. I get on a thing. I took a nap after that. I just get on a thing. It doesn't really matter, but I've been screwed over by so many people in my life that I just, you know, I was telling Luke today I would really love to become a lawyer. I would have, like, 6 people that I would sue right away that have, like, damaged me in many different ways, like, irreparably. And, you know, like, I just looked up today because there's so many things I would like to do in college. I wouldn't want to just go to college for one thing, you know, like, I would love to get a major in, like, business and music and, like, law. I would, if I'm going to spend that much money on college, I would want to get, like, a triple major or something. Maybe, architecture as well. And I just looked up online and it's like, oh yeah, you can get a triple or quadruple major. It's like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, oh, okay, well maybe, was you know, I stupidly, I mean, no one ever even tells you, like, I stupidly went to culinary and I didn't realize that they only give you, like, $50,000 from the U.S. government in, like, grant money for certain things. So if you go get a certificate in, like, video editing, then you go and get a certificate in, like, graphic design, then you go for culinary. Like, each time they'll tell you, oh yeah, you have plenty of money, and then after you're done, it's like, oh yeah, now I want to go to college. It's like, oh wait, you used all your extra money. Like, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket now. So I didn't know that. I had no idea. Like, I would probably be able to get some money to go to college, but I've never actually, like, I have my associate's degree, but it's funny because it's like I wanted to do too many things for college, and then I ended up not going at all. Well, I've actually gone to probably 8 years, actually, of college, but it's just been random things. not really like a really big like degree from a really big college or anything. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just randomly talking about it, but alright, I guess I'm just gonna go to the next area, but yeah, I wish they would have explained that, because then I probably wouldn't have gone to cooking school. I would have just saved everything towards like my music degree, but it's probably for the best. Like, people always say like everything happens for a reason. I don't know if that is true, because everything that happens to me seems to happen to you know, like now, like right now, one thing I'm grateful for is, you know, you guys are awesome viewers, and that's probably the best thing I have going for me right now, is that I get to stream, and there's really awesome people that enjoy our content, and that's probably the best thing that I have in my life, honestly. It is the best thing. I used to be able to get paid for that. Now I can't really get paid for that very well. So, that kind of sucks, but the fact that, you know, there's still like awesome people out there, like you guys, it's just, you know, it's like, I don't think I would, I can't, it's like something that I could never imagine, that I could just get on that stream and put a video and have awesome people, you know, come by and say hello while I'm just randomly beating up thugs in Gotham City. And tonight we're gonna be doing Lego Batman 3, I guess. I tried to get Luke to make a decision all day. I really wanted to do Portal or Harvestella. But he, you know, he did the poll, and people really want to see Lego Batman 3, and honestly, I told Luke, I said we should have a Batman game on this channel all the time, because that's what people like enjoy. They love Batman, and that's what people like to see. So Oh, thank you, Gio. That's very sweet. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I actually told Luke, like, I told Luke, okay, we should do Harvestella. Then he's like, okay, he's like, well, no one's gonna watch that because it's a farm sim game. So I said, okay, then you should do, you know, a Portal, because you said you were gonna do that a while ago. And he's like, I don't know how that's gonna work, it's an old game. And then I said, okay, fine, you should do Arkham Origins like you said you were going to do. So I don't know why Luke isn't doing Arkham Origins. Yeah, I did kind of get into it today, because I was just talking to Luke today and just remembering, because it's kind of interesting that we are being literally promoted right now by Disney Dreamlight Valley, because we're one of the few people still covering their game. They're literally retweeting our tweets, and like now they're promoting us online because we're still covering their game, even though their game is dead. We're keeping Disney Dreamlight Valley alive, even though their game is completely dead right now. And then I just mentioned to Luke, like, well, that's weird. Like, why isn't WB Montreal promoting us? Because we're one of the few people, like, we stream their games still, and they don't promote us, which is weird. And Luke was just reminding me of, like, everything that happened with WB, and I just realized that, you know, like, you know, one crazy person online really did, like, ruin, you know, like, years of promotion and everything with that company. It's definitely stressful. Like, I was just talking to Luke and saying, like, if I could do it again, it's almost impossible to know. Most of you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but like, if I was, basically, some people, like, what they do is they, there are, like, YouTubers, like, I mean, I don't recommend it, but some people do it, and I feel like it's wrong, but they have, like, a small YouTube channel, and then they will go try to cause drama with a big YouTube channel to try to get noticed and then get people to subscribe to them instead of the big YouTube channel, like play victim or pretend that they're being harassed or like bullied or something. And like that happened to us where basically this person just picked on me so much for weeks, and until Luke finally like said, you know, like actually what the person did was they actually pretended they were his friend and loyal viewer, and then they were like, oh, can you send me a DM, I want to work this out. And then like they were like, well, what can we do to make this better, like I want to work it out. It's like there's nothing to work out, like this guy was just swearing at me randomly. So Luke just said, well, you can't talk to my wife like that. And then basically like he was talking down to him, because not talking down to him, but he was basically saying like, I don't appreciate you talking to my wife like that, it's unacceptable. Not talking down, like the kid was a teenager and he was bullying his wife. And he said that in the DM. Luke actually screenshotted everything, because WB was at the time, WB worked with Luke exclusively, and you know, they asked him what had happened, and he sent them all the screenshots, and even the screenshots of, you know, this kid harassing me, and this kid like harassed me for weeks on end, like made me cry all Thanksgiving, and it was just horrible. It was just horrible. Like I still have it. Just like they sent people from their channel to harass us, and they just kept making horrible videos about me and saying evil things, and just like they never, even when Luke showed the screenshots of the horrible comment, like literally this all happened because the kid thought that I said something about him, which I never did. I remember exactly what I said. I was on a video and I said like, you know, like it's very easy, because there was all these hype channels at the time. I said it's very easy to make a video where you just talk over it's very easy to make a video where you talk over the trailer. I said anyone can do that. I wasn't insulting anyone, I was just being honest. Like, I'm just an honest person. It's not that hard to turn on the it's not that hard to turn on the stream or a video and literally play a trailer and go, oh my gosh, whoa, Batman is here, wow. Like, so there was this whole genre of like channels that were just you know, doing that, like literally just that was their like, I can imagine if you did it for one video, but like that was their entire channel, was just reacting to trailers of Batman. And I mean, that's fine, like, but I was just being my weird spunky self. And I remember you know, just mentioning like, I said this seems pretty easy to turn on the computer and react to trailers. I said I should try that. Ironically, I did try that years later, and I do enjoy it. So I really wasn't saying anything bad. I was just saying it's easy. But this person literally said that I called them out when I didn't even know what their channel was. I just knew there were like dozens of channels that did this, and I had no idea what the channels' names were. I didn't know. In my memory, in Luke's memory, how he remembers it is this kid had 50,000 subscribers at the time. I remember him having 10,000 subscribers, and then he got 40,000 after this incident, because I remember him having less subscribers than me, and I have 40,000 subscribers on my channel. So yeah, like all he wrote like horrible, evil comments like on our videos. And like at the time, back then, YouTube was different. Like right now YouTube is very censorship. Back then YouTube was anti-censorship. So if you deleted someone's comment, they would write into their comment and scream at you and say, why was my comment deleted? Like, they wouldn't feel bad. Like nowadays, if your comment is deleted, you would feel bad, like, oh, I must have said something wrong, inappropriate. That's not how it was back then. People would come back and scream and say, you know, like, why did you delete my comment? I demand to know why you censored me. So I responded, like, this crazy person, no offense, that I've never heard of, wrote this huge paragraph, and I remember I screenshotted it, you know, on our channel and said like, you've been a hero to me for years and you really let me down. I can't believe you would call out and bully a kid saying, and call out his YouTube channel saying, you know, I know you were specifically referring to me. And I cannot believe you did this. When in reality, I responded to him and I said, because I get crazy people all the time. I get people, death threats, everything. I'm not used to, like, I don't know who this person is. And so and he was no one. Like, he was just a kid, like, he was like 15 or 17 years old. Like, then he just, like, I just responded to him because Luke was asleep at the time. Even back then, I used to run the channel in the day. Like, I've always done it. So I just responded to the kid. I remember I said, I'm sorry. I screenshot his comment and then I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I'm going to have to delete your comment. I explained why. I said, I have a policy of no drama on the channel. I've never heard of your channel. I was not specifically calling you out. I was just making a generalized statement. And then, like, you know, I just said, I'm sorry I have to delete your comment, but, you know, you're incorrect and we don't even know who you are. And I even said again, like, I couldn't specifically call you out if I've never heard of you in my life. I've never heard of you. And he mentioned that he was a longtime supporter. I said, I look at the chat every day and I've never seen you in the chat once, ever. I've never seen you comment on a video. You know, I've never seen you here before. I said, I'm sorry, I have to delete your comment. And I deleted it, and like, he started this huge vendetta against me, cussing at me, calling me horrible names for weeks until he could get Luke to finally, like, see, if he could get Luke to just say online, like, hey, like, Luke didn't even want to respond. If he didn't pretend that he was Luke's friend, like, he did this thing where he was like, oh, like, I'm your friend, like, let's work this out. When in reality, there was nothing to work out. There was a crazy person harassing his wife for no reason. Like, he didn't need to do anything, but Luke tried to work out with him because, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, but he tried to. Luke always does that. That's why I tell Luke, don't answer direct messages. They always hurt you in direct messages. I told him for years, like, that's why I don't do direct messages. I hardly ever do them. Like, if I do direct message, I do it very quickly. I will say very few words and I will never speak about it again. I won't ever, like, there's hundreds of direct messages in all my inboxes. Facebook, Twitter, I never answer them again because people always use things against me. All you can do, if you have a YouTube channel of more than 100,000 subscribers, the only thing a direct message can do is take away your subscribers. Because people will always lie and say you said something in a direct message that you never said. So the only way you can protect yourself is never message anyone. But Luke really wanted to try to see, like, this kid literally was like the devil, like, reeling him in, like, saying, oh yeah, I'm your supporter and your viewer and I feel let down, I feel hurt. When in reality he didn't. He was doing that as a ploy. And then he screenshotted when Luke told him, you know, like, hey, you can't talk to my wife this way, like, as an adult to a child, which he was a child and my husband was an adult. So, I mean, that is correct. And then he literally, and then lo and behold, Luke actually sent these screenshots to WB at the time, 5 years ago. This kid literally made, like, so many videos, and we had to literally ban hundreds of people a day at this time 5 years ago. Like, we were getting so spammed with people from he was making these sensationalist videos saying that Luke and I were bullying him when literally I've never seen him. I never even came on his channel. I didn't know who he was. Like, I think he made the whole thing up so that he could get subscribers. And it was so weird because everything he was doing was working. And so, like, they just came at us, and he was making video after video, sending wave after wave. And even after he said he wanted to work things out, Luke said, well, then please tell your audience that, you know, like, you were, you know, to stop sending harassment videos about me and my wife. And you know, if you think that everything's cool, then stop with the harassment and please delete your posts, because he had Twitter posts saying we were bullies and he wouldn't take them down, and the guy never took the post down. Luke actually had written things, like he never even called the guy out by name, I don't believe. He just said, like, someone is saying I'm doing this and I'm not. So Luke never, like, but this guy kept doing this crazy stuff. Like, I cannot even describe, like, I was out for Thanksgiving and it was so hard for me because, like, it was my first Thanksgiving that I wasn't going to my in-laws, and my in-laws are not kind to me. And it was very hard for me because I was trying to cook Thanksgiving on my own, and I was literally already emotional. It was already hard for me. Because I was far away from my family, I was far away from my in-laws. I had to somehow figure out how to cook Thanksgiving alone in this, like, you know, with my cat that was literally dying, and I was just like, I just was trying, literally my husband had not had a day off in 3 months. It was his first day off in 3 months, and he went out with me to Target, and I remember, like, we came home, and Luke and I were smiling and having a nice day for the first time in 3 months. We had a day off, and I just remember coming home to this kid, like, screaming at my husband, like, face me like a man, when literally, he didn't even know who the guy was at this point. Like, he was screaming face me like a man on Twitter like a crazy person, and saying, like, how dare you say stuff behind my back. He was telling his whole Twitter audience that we had specifically called him out by name, when literally I had to look up the spelling for his channel. I had to search it online. I had to go to his Twitter and try to figure out how to find his channel online. If I had called him out by name, I think I would have known what his channel was or how to find it. I never heard of his channel, and I didn't even know he existed. So I think the person either was insane or made it up because he wanted viewers. And that's why, like, I told Luke, like, if this ever happens again, like, never, like, he said, if you apologize, then I will take everything down. Luke did apologize in a way. He said, I'm sorry for talking that way to a teenager, but you did cuss out my wife, and you spoke to her inappropriately, and that was not okay. And he wrote that on Twitter, and then the kid never took down his videos, and he just kept all Luke's screenshots, and we never, like, right now, the reason why we don't get promoted by WB is because of that kid. For 5 years, that kid literally, now he works as WB's head, like, Arkham creator department. And literally, you can't even get into the Arkham, like, creator department without going through that kid, who's now 20 years old. Which is insane, because, like, we were not promoted because some kid randomly, literally, like, the weird thing is, like, the whole time, like, for weeks and months, this happened. And literally, this entire time, the kid never realized that I did not know who he was, and I had never called him out, and I didn't even know who he was at all. The weird thing is, about a month or a year later, this same kid, who is the lead of the, you know, creator program at WB, he actually told a kid, like, that he was worthless and that he was a bad Arkham creator, another kid his age, like another teenager, and the kid wrote online that he was going to kill himself. This kid's friend, this kid who accused us of bullying, actually bullied another YouTuber. And Luke actually and me, we had to go to this kid, like, because we were concerned about, even though, you know, like, it had nothing to do with us. Luke actually took the time to talk this kid down from killing himself. After this horrible creator that had bullied another person. So it's really interesting that this is the head that they have of WB. This kid that not only bullied an adult and his wife, but also bullied another kid to want to kill himself. Then that's the person that they have, and that's why they don't promote us. And you know, it's just really, you know, it's frustrating, because right now, like, even though I'm playing a dead game, usually, like, 6 years ago, WB would have been promoting, like, and retweeting all of our Arkham content, but they don't. And it's definitely frustrating, because I definitely know I handled it the same way I handled everyone else. I spoke, as soon as he started calling me out, like, acting crazy, I knew, like, something is weird. Like, this guy doesn't seem like a normal subscriber that's upset. Like, it seems like this guy is on the edge. So I tried to be even calmer than normal and just tell him, like, you know, like, I'm sorry. I remember exactly what I said, that I have no drama policy and I did not call you out and I don't even know what you're talking about. And, like, yeah, it's weird. Like, this kid, once he became, like, an Arkham creator and worked with WB, or once he actually started working with WB, then he took every video he made calling us out, like, down. But we still get people, like, we used to get people for years that would say, you know, like, I heard that, like, that's one of the things, like, that's one of the things that gets people to unsubscribe. Like, oh, I heard Nightwing01 bullies kids. Like, how did he bully him? The kid begged him to DM him. The kid begged him to DM him, and then he said, you know, that's fine. You know, I don't hate you. It's just don't talk to my wife like that. How is that bullying? Like, that's not bullying. It's crazy. Like, and he actually, what I really hate about it is that Luke actually sent every screenshot to WB, everything that happened, because Luke knew that he handled it all fine. He sent every screenshot to WB, and they said, you handled this wrong. And they asked Luke to apologize. And Luke did, and then they kicked him out of the creator program. And I told Luke, I said, if that ever happens again, I say, even if you lose 275,000 subscribers and they're dropping like flies, I said, be like Sasuke's brother. Be like, whatever, it doesn't affect me. Like, just sit there and let it happen and don't apologize. Never apologize again. Because you didn't do anything wrong the first time, and you know, that's what they wanted. They wanted the apology, and then they were going to kick you out. Next time, don't apologize. My husband is too trusting of people. That's the problem. Like, my husband always ends up trusting people, and, like, if my husband was an anime character, that would be his flaw, because, you know, like, this guy hit my husband with a car years ago, and Luke got up and apologized and said, I'm sorry. And because of that, like, the people said, because he said that, I'm sorry, even though he wasn't in the wrong, they would have pressed charges against the other person. But because he got up and said, I'm sorry, out of habit, they couldn't press any charges against the guy who ran a red light and T-boned him. And, like, he always apologizes, like, to, like, family members that are, you know, like, you know, manipulative and abusive. And I always tell Luke, like, you just can't, it's like Luke doesn't believe. I try to explain to Luke that some people are not, there are, like, different categories of people. Like, there are people that are mean, but they have a good heart. And there's some people that are gone. Like, they have no heart. You cannot apologize. You cannot do anything. You cannot let them have an inch. There are people in this world that have no heart at all. Like, they are heartless. Like, just like in Kingdom Hearts, it's like real life. They really are heartless. So you just can't apologize. And companies are heartless in general. Is this a police vehicle? Darn it. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was a bad guy. So yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, Luke never really did apologize. Like, he said, okay, maybe I shouldn't have spoken in that way, but next time he needs to not say anything. Like, don't say anything. Like, don't say I shouldn't have spoken that way, because you didn't speak in any wrong way. You told them to stop abusing your wife. That's not the wrong way. That was the correct thing. So, you know, you can't apologize for doing exactly what you were supposed to do. And even if you made a mistake, even if you made a slight mistake, they will flay you alive for it. Like, maybe you shouldn't have said, like, it as angrily, or maybe you shouldn't have been as upset. But that's their problem for getting you upset. They purposely got you upset. Like, you know, I told Luke, like, this kid basically used Luke like he's Spider-Man, and this kid was the Green Goblin, you know, like, using his wife again. That's what a lot of people do, like, use Luke's wife against him. That's what they know, like, his trigger is. Like, if they say something against Luke's wife, they know he's going to react. They know he's going to react. All they have to do is call me horrible names, and then they know that he's going to say he's not going to, he's gonna say something he wished he didn't say. But he didn't even say anything bad. Like, the way he said it, even at that time, he didn't do anything wrong. So, I don't know. It's just crazy because we watched, like, so many subscribers. Like, we had 10,000 subscribers leave in, like, a week. It was crazy. Like, and I don't even know why, because, like, the kid kept making videos, and our manager at the time said, you guys should make drama videos too, and we couldn't because we were adults and he was a child, so we couldn't make a drama video. So it's just like, you know, I told Luke, if it had been today and he was saying face me like a man, I should have been like, I can't face you like a man because you're a child. So I'm not gonna face you like a man, and I have no problem with you. That's all I would have written. I honestly would have never DM'd him. It's a very bad idea to DM people, especially if they're calling you out. If they're already being abusive and they have not DM'd you yet, then they're only going to make it 1,000 times worse once they do that. The best thing to do, that's why I try to tell people, like, on this channel, like, there are people that, you know, tell me, like, oh, this person was bullying me on your channel, and, you know, then I DM them, and then they said more things that I didn't like, and then I feel like they hurt me more. It's like, they were already making you feel uncomfortable. Why did you then DM them? Like, I can't, that's your fault. Like, you can't DM somebody if you don't like someone. The best thing to do is ignore them, block them in the chat, don't talk to them. The more that it is good to stand up for yourself, but just, like, stand up for yourself and then be done with it. Like, stand up for yourself, say what you need to say, and then if they keep going on you, then you have to just be like, you know what, I'm done with this conversation. Like, it's over. And just stop talking or block them or something, because, you know, they are so messed up in their lives that the only joy they get is arguing with people. And it's just crazy. Like, you can't, you can never win an argument with someone who loves arguing. Like that, you will never, you talking to them is them winning. Whether they win or lose, even if you prove them wrong, they'll say, you didn't prove me wrong. So yeah, it's just, you know, they always, by you responding to them, they win, in many ways. Like, especially if it's online or Twitter. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, I got kind of frustrated because I was thinking, like, you know, Luke and I probably would have been able to play this game and go through with other characters and just randomly play it from time to time and play it a lot more, but you know, and and maybe that's why Luke doesn't want to do WB Montreal game. I don't know. I think it was the whole I don't know if it was Rocksteady or WB. I don't remember who it was that, like, that we were working with at the time, but yeah, it makes me feel upset that people told my husband that he handled it wrong. I said, well, if they told you to apologize and that they felt you handled it wrong, then why didn't they keep you in the program? And he said, I don't know. It's like, because you handled one conversation wrong that you were goaded into, you don't get promoted for like 10 years because some crazy person was cussing at your wife. Like, that doesn't seem, I don't know, it just seems crazy.
Where could it be?
I can't find that area, so I guess we'll go here. Oh, we'll go to this next area. So yeah, that happened, like, look at it, remind me it was 5 years ago, because I didn't even remember, like, I didn't know when that happened.
Time is over here, hero!
Oops. Yeah, and I can't even say the person's name because if I said their name, like, I was gonna say their name now because I was so frustrated that, you know, he's like the head of their creator department, but I can't even say their name, like, because then they'll start making all these horrible videos again, and I can't even reach my fan base, and I can't take the stress of them, like, you know, harassing me again, harassing my channel, lying about me making horrible things. You know, also, like, if it was just that one thing, but we have so many other people that have, like, dumped on us on YouTube that all these other horrible lies would come through that other people have made up about us. So it's just really, I hate being afraid of people. I really do. I wish I could just confront people. Like, part of me, like, really wishes I could become a lawyer. That way I could, you know, like, right now I'm paying off so many hundreds of thousands of dollars because of a stupid error that my accountant made, like, 10 years ago, and he never paid for it. He actually laughed at my husband and myself, saying that, like, you know, there was no error, and we just need to save more for our taxes, when literally we broke even every year. Where our taxes, we've never even gotten a penny of our money, because we had to pay 3 times as much for our taxes so many years. And then he paid the taxes to the wrong area. He paid it Social Security instead of, you know, IRS. And then we got a huge letter from IRS saying we owe them hundreds of thousands of dollars, that this guy never sent the money to the right place. Then we had to pay that money back twice. And get, like, death threats from the IRS saying they were gonna, like, put us in jail. And my husband can't even go in jail because he can barely even function because of his car accident and his brain damage. So it's like he would literally die in jail within a week. So it's just, yeah, it's just like, I wish I could sue, like, everyone that has, like, wronged me. I used to be one of these people. Like, I always said, you know, like, I believe that good things will happen to people that do the right thing. And I do believe that, but in a way, I'm so sick of people just pushing me around. Like, I don't, you know, I just think they deserve to be, like, sued, because they've taken years of my life, my health, my money, my days off, my just sanity. I can't just keep letting people do things to me like that. It's literally, like, killing me. So thank you for the super chat. Okay, thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Preston. I don't really need, like, I think people know they can hurt us more if they, like, I honestly don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why. I don't, you know, like, when we first were online, we were one of the few channels, and thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate that. Thank you for your generosity. You know, like, you know, like, I'm one of those people, like, that just, like, just me and where I'm from, and, just my upbringing and everything, like, I don't know, my family liked to joke around, and, you know, like, if there was, say there was, like, you get a board game, and there's a character on the board game, and he looks weird, he has weird hair. You know, like, my family and I would always, like, point it out and be like, man, he looks weird, and, like, oh, man, what's going on with this character? So I think, like, just as my own personality from, you know, like, as long as, like, if it's a human being, though, I would never make fun of somebody, like, because they're a person. Like, if they looked weird, I would never say anything. Like, even Luke, he was friends with a man when he was a little kid that ran a comic book store, Mr. Pete, and the guy's face was, like, pretty much blown off. Nobody even talked to him, and Luke was, like, his best friend. Luke would talk to this guy all the time. I had friends that were, you know, with all kinds of disabilities and, you know, different kinds of people. Like, I had friends that were, I had friends in school that were actually, I don't know if I'm allowed, I can't even say it. I don't think I could say it online anymore, but I mean, I made friends with the kids around me in school, and some of them said they were, like, in gangs and stuff. I don't really have any problem with anyone, really, like, in real life. I just make fun of characters in games, and I think it's funny, and it's so weird that I get so much hate, like I have toned it down, like I tone it down now because I realize, like, when I make fun of a game character, people's feelings get hurt because they think I'm making fun of people like that. But if I met someone like that in real life, I would never make fun of them. But I just like, our channel has always been, like, basically, you know, like, people always used to describe our channel like the way that you would sit on the couch with your brother, sister, or aunt and uncle, or, you know, like, Luke and I are not just husband and wife, but we're like we're best friends. And we, you know, like, if I didn't end up marrying Luke, I would have probably still been his best friend and hang out and know him my whole life, even if he married someone else and made a horrible decision to marry somebody else. Which his mom was trying to push him into, and you know, if he made the horrible decision to marry somebody else, you know, like, I probably would still be his best friend. Like, Luke and I are best friends, and we just say what we're thinking with the game characters. And I didn't, you know, I've really tried to tone it down over the years where I try to not say things. Like, now you know, like, if I think a movie's really stupid, or a show or a character, I really do try to tone it down, and I try to see what, like, I try to look and try to see what other people see in it. And I do, because, like, if I was a normal person, like, I would just have my opinion and I wouldn't care. But as a content creator, yeah, I am trying to tone myself down and not say everything I'm thinking. Ironically, I was always really shy and quiet growing up. The only reason I always said everything I was thinking is because that's how I started the channel. I never got to say what I thought. I was always shy, and my opinion really never mattered. And suddenly I had this channel and I was allowed to say whatever I thought, so I just said whatever popped into my head, which usually was pretty weird. That's why I have this weird theory that shy people are actually really weird. Like, some people think, like, oh yeah, shy people, like, they're just really, like, stoic, and they, you know, they're just, you know, they don't have really any personality. I think the opposite. I think shy people are shy because every time they try to show their personality, people are like, what the? And they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, so that's why you would kind of become shy, because you realize people are always telling me I'm weird, or, like, what I'm saying isn't what everyone else is thinking. So sometimes I think, like, shy people might be the most fun people if you get to know them, because they've been kind of told by society, like, you know, like, oh, this, you know, like, why aren't you thinking like everyone else? Why aren't you saying the same opinion as everyone else? Why don't you like the same things as everyone else? It's like, because I'm unique, that's why. It's like, they don't, like, there's like it feels like there's a whole group of like 70% of society that are all the same, and then you have people like, you know, a lot of the viewers on my channel that have unique ideas, like, that find really interesting characters that they like, or really cool shows or games, and they get into that, and nobody else likes that. It's just them. It's like their thing that they like, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, I mean, like, I feel like maybe that I have haters from when I used to be this really savage, but that was just me having fun with, like, characters and games. I don't actually hate the characters of games. I'm literally just being weird. Like, I'm just being like, oh wow, like, that thing, that short where Jason Todd was walking like a monkey, he really did look like a monkey walking, but, like, really, our short got censored on YouTube. Like, it was offensive to who? Like, Jason Todd, character model? Like, we weren't making fun of Jason Todd. We weren't making fun of people that walked that. We were making fun of the fact that they did very bad walk design for the character model. It's like, I feel like people that get offended so easily are just people that aren't very. Sometimes I feel like people that just get so easily offended are just people that, you know, even in my culinary class, when I took culinary stuff, and I had to take, like, administration for that, because it was a culinary course in restaurant management, so I had to take management classes, and in our management classes, we had to learn about signs that you're stressed and signs that, you know, that you're overworked or you're stressed or you need sleep. And one of those signs was, you know, if you have too much stress and you're mentally kind of like not handling it, your sense of humor goes. That's the first thing that goes when you're mentally, like, either mentally unstable or just overly stressed. And so I just find it weird that nobody has a sense of humor anymore today, and it just shows that people are just overly, either they don't sleep enough or they're not thinking rationally, because they don't, you know, they don't have, when you start getting offended at everything, it just shows that you're overly, you know, overly stressed. And honestly, yeah, of course, like, that happens to me when I'm stressed, and when I heard that in my culinary class, I realized, oh my gosh, like, I have to make sure I always sleep and, you know, just become a reasonable, you know, make sure that you always get sleep and don't take things too seriously. Be a normal, you know, like, lighthearted person. So yeah, I mean, what is this? Difficulty normal? I guess we could do that. So yeah, I think, like, it's so weird when, and sometimes I have to be like, I'm a corporate person, like, I always have to have the same rules for everyone. So I don't really get to have a sense of humor, like, sometimes, like, when I'm trying to make the rules fair to everyone, but I just feel like in general, like, the fact that, you know, like, jokes that were completely fine in the 80s and 90s, like, nowadays it's seen as offensive. And it's just so weird, because it's like, okay, like, in the 80s and 90s it was like, okay, well, or the 2000s even, like, you could make a joke and you could laugh at it and you could be like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be laughing at this because it's so wrong. Like, it's so wrong, but it's funny. Like, there used to be that phrase that people would use, like, oh, it isn't right that I'm laughing at this, but it's hilarious. Like, that phrase is no longer in society. Like, people don't say that anymore, because, like, yeah, like, when you laugh at something that's kind of like, that's the whole point of humor, is most humor is kind of offensive. Like, it shouldn't be, like, you know, crazy offensive, but, like, you know, like, if you never make fun of, like, the character and stuff, then you know, you're missing out on that laugh. I don't know. So sometimes I wonder, like, if that's why I have so much, like, hate in. So I'm really trying my best, you know, like, after, you know, especially, like, with Star Wars, I realized, like, okay, a lot of people really, I've really tried to give the prequels a chance, and, you know, I really do try to change myself, and, like, that's the thing, like, about, like, it's good to try to change and work on things about yourself and try to be kinder to everyone, even people that maybe you didn't agree with in the first place. It is good to try to work on yourself and try to be more understanding of everyone. And it's just, I don't know, it's just weird that I have so many crazy hate groups about me when literally I never have done anyone any harm. I've literally just made fun of mainly game characters, and I'm just like a shy person that ended up being myself on camera, and I enjoyed, like, just hanging out and saying what I thought. Like, I would say, oh wow, Batman looks weird here, and, like, oh, why did, like, a lot of times, like, I would be next to Luke and driving him nuts because I would say, well, Batman seems like he's kind of, like, mean, and, like, I don't really like this about him. Like, I would say things to troll Luke all the time, and he would get offended, like, what do you mean? He's like, Batman's awesome. Like, so, I mean, I just did it for humor's sake. It was just supposed to be funny to tease people, like, so.
You knew how this was gonna end?
Yeah, I don't know, it's just so weird that I have this, like, huge, I mean, and maybe it's not just me, but I don't know, it just, what I don't like is having, like, so many, like, hate groups of people, and then I can't really get, it really wouldn't be, like, say I was, like, I don't know why I always think of things in metaphor, but, like, if I was a normal person, and I had all these hate groups of people, it doesn't represent the majority of the people that have watched me. Like, it's just a small percentage. So it would be like me standing, like a giant, like standing, and then there's a bunch of small people like hitting me with small rocks. It really wouldn't affect me that much. But the fact that YouTube has taken away all ability for me to be seen, I can't, you know, like I can't get a hold of my subscribers. You know, with Kappa, they took most of my income. No, because they've taken so many things from me, it feels like I'm like a hollow person inside, because, you know, like before it really wouldn't bother me, but now it's like the, you know, haters fight even harder because they think she's on her last leg, or they're on their last leg. Like, we can really destroy them now, like, you know, and you know, they fight even harder. That's like the person who had been hacking us for weeks, or months actually, since June. We looked into it, and to hack us like that, I mean, they would have to spend like up to $600 or more a day to hack us. Like, it takes you at least $200 to go to a website and have somebody hack someone, and then they would do it in 20 minutes to get the stream taken down. So this person who, and even if you were doing it yourself from your own server, you could actually burn your own server. You could burn through your own server, or short circuit like your own equipment. Like, it's very dangerous to hack someone. Like, the people that have been hacking us for months, like, we've asked people at corporate and at high up on the internet, and I won't say who, but they've said they've never seen anything like this. They've never seen anyone like go after someone like this with hacking ever. They've never seen anything like it, and they deal with people with millions of subscribers. So, I mean, whoever it is, like, just has, like, I don't know, it's just, like, I think sometimes, like, the hacking, the most of all, it hurts because I have no idea what this person has against me, and, you know, even if I had, like, it's funny because back in, like, they have something from me from 10 years ago, but back 10 years ago, I didn't even really message people at all. I never even talk to people. I was hardly online. I was mainly working. I worked like at Walmart, a super center. I worked at grocery stores, and then I did the channel on the side. Like, I hardly interacted with people, and they have like all this stuff against me. It's like I don't even know how I could have made enemies when I was hardly even around. So yeah, I don't know. It really, I wish there was a way to figure out, I think there is a way to figure out where it's coming from, but I don't know how. I don't know how, and I can't really talk about it very much, because if I talk about it, then they have, you know, they obviously, like, I mean, there's literally people, like, there was a time, like a month ago, where I was having a hard time on the stream, and then all these people who had been just lurking in the chat, like, they were all my haters, and they just started saying evil things to me as soon as they saw I was having a hard time. They were just waiting to pounce. And it's just weird that I have so many people watching all my videos that hate me. And I know, like, the people in my chat and everything, they're really kind, and even, like, I'm not even trying to be kind or not kind. Like, that's the thing. I'm always accused of things. I'm really not trying to be nice or not nice. I'm just trying to do I'm literally just trying to be normal. Like, I'm not really trying to be Mother Teresa. I'm literally just trying to play a game. I don't know. I'm not trying to, like, say I'm better or worse than anyone. I don't know. I just don't know what's happening. Like, I literally racked my brain trying to figure out what I could have said to somebody. Like, it's like, I just don't know. I really don't know, because I wish, like, I was even talking to Luke today, and I'm telling him, like, am I just saying that I don't know what I did to this person, or, like, am I just rationalizing this in my mind, or did I really not say anything to him? And Luke's like, no, you really didn't say anything to him. I was there. You told him, you know, his comment wasn't okay, and you deleted it, and you said, you know, you can't have drama on the channel. That's all you did. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought I did. It's like I'm living in a weird world. It's like I'm questioning my own sanity, because I'm just thinking, like, why is this person going after me? I don't know. And yeah, I mean, like, I've had, obviously, like, I'm surprised some of my subscribers don't go after me, because I've gotten, you know, when people are asking me, like, when's Mario Kart, and over again, I'm like, hey, Mario Kart will be when it is, and maybe I get upset at my own subscribers, and I'm surprised that, you know, like, my own subscribers, but it's, like, literally the people that go after me are people I've never heard of, and I've never said anything to. Like, I don't know, it's just really weird. I don't know. It just seems crazy. But thanks for listening, everyone. I'm just gonna beat up some more bad guys, I guess. Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate that very much. So the thing, I think the hardest thing is, like, I think that people, like, sometimes wanna say something about someone and accuse them of something, and then when you start trying to defend yourself, like, you'll start mentioning incidents like, well, maybe I wasn't the kindest to this person, or you'll start saying things out loud, and then they'll say, oh, now I have the evidence, now I have you. Like, it's almost like they want you to try to think of something you may have done wrong so that you can say it out loud, and then they can say, oh, so you did do something bad one day in your life. It's like, well, I mean, I wasn't you accused me of it. I don't, like, you accuse me of not being perfect or something, so yeah. I don't know. But all I can say is my viewers are the best. They're amazing. You know, it's not really my viewers. Like, I feel like I have to say that as a YouTube thing. It's really people that come by and watch my stream and take time to donate or take time to say hello. You're not my viewers. You just are viewers that you you are people that view things, that come by, and you take time out of your day to watch videos, and I appreciate that you take time out of your day. And not my viewers. You can do whatever. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want with your time. You guys choose to come by and watch videos here, and I appreciate it so much. Like, first time I was on like when we actually first started streaming, and we basically, like, I've broken down so many times when basically we had to ask for donations, and we had to stream more, and we couldn't stream the same, like, because we used to stream whatever our audience wanted to see, even if it didn't get views. Like, we would just do whatever our audience demanded back in the day, and now we can never do that, because if our audience demands something, it doesn't get the views, we can't do it. So we've had to be completely different. We've had to change everything, and I can't be as good to my viewers anymore. I can't, you know, I used to do giveaways all the time. Now I can't really do giveaways as much. I do giveaways sometimes, but, you know, like, everything is different now, and you know, like, I just remember, like, breaking down so many times because like, people would start super chatting, like, $20, $30, $40, like, and then, of course, much more. And when they heard we were having a hard time with Kappa, and then we got Ultimate members, and I just, like, after the stream, like, I would just tell Luke, like, why are they doing this? I told him so many times, like, I would never do this for me. I wouldn't do it. I'm not that kind of good person. I would never, like, my viewers are much better people than me. I literally was just asking for donations because I can't keep the channel on the air, and I didn't expect anyone to do anything. I really didn't, because I've never had that. I've never had people in my real life help me out with anything. It's more like, oh, great, well, you need help? Well, I guess, like, for my, like, no offense, but, like, for my, like, you know, my, not everyone is like this, but, you know, people would be like, oh, I guess you should have been a better person, or you should have, you know, even some people even use religion against you, like, you should have trusted God more, or, you know, like, it's just, people aren't kind in real life. Like, they don't care. It's like, oh, you're on the street, well, I guess it proves that you were a bad person all along. I guess I was better than you. Like, oh, I won. You're homeless, I win. And it's like, I just, you know, like, so when people were just giving donations to help the channel and it becoming Patreon members, Ultimate members, I cannot believe how many weeks I just like broke down, and like after the streams were over, I just was like crying because I would just ask Luke, like, why are they doing this? Like, I would never, like, if I don't want to be rude, but like if I hadn't, like, I will try to be a better person now, knowing how kind you guys are. But I think like if I had other, you know, extra money or something, I would try to, you know, help my family or something, or put it away. And my viewers are literally like, you know, many of you guys are Ultimate members every month for $100 a month, like, and it's like, you guys would help this channel stay on the air, even though I don't even deserve it. Like, I don't, like, I don't deserve it. Like, I don't think I deserve it at all, really. Like, my whole, you know, I want to do a fun gaming channel with my husband, and I did that, and then it just, you know, YouTube just destroyed us, you know. They just took us down, like, one piece at a time, you know, just over and over again until there was like nothing left. Well, I just, you know, I'm not as good of a person as my viewers are, and I know that, and you guys do things for me that I would never probably, I don't know, I mean, I would hope that I would do something kind like that. I don't know, I don't think that I will try to be a kinder person, but I don't think that I know that I don't deserve, like, when I started, when people started donating, when we had no way to keep the channel going, when YouTube literally, you know, just, when the COPPA thing happened, and they started ripping us out of the search engine, you know, Luke and I would have discussions on, like, he wanted to go live with his grandma, and I said I could never go back to his family because of what happened with his family. That I could never go back there, and we would have very difficult, frustrating discussions, where I basically was looking at cars and thinking how I could live on my own until I could try to get back to my parents in Illinois and get a job and go back to college and try to make it. It's hard to go cross country, and, you know, like, Luke actually got in trouble online because I said I would drive away. I would never go live with his family. I would drive in my own car with blankets, and he would never find me because I would never go back with his family ever again. I could not. If I said I was dying on the street and they gave me a sandwich, I would put it on the ground. I wouldn't eat it. And, you know, you know, I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's just like the first donations that came in, like, when people heard that we were in real trouble, like, I actually thought, like, I literally thought that, like, after the donations came in, like, I actually thought I thought you guys were, like, I thought you guys were angels. Like, I literally thought there was, like, angels hacking the YouTube system and literally donating to us because I just don't, I don't know how, I just couldn't understand why you would do that, and that's, yeah. So anyway, I think Luke is awake. But yeah, it's just like, my viewers are a lot, like, I don't know, maybe I try to do what I can to help people, and I try to do the best thing I can to be a good person, but when I see people taking their heart in, you know, like, just coming by every day, even liking and sharing the video, helping the channel out, even when it was dying, and, you know, donating and everything, I just don't know why anyone would go out of their way for, like, especially me, because I'm, you know, like, I haven't, you know, my channel hasn't been made on, like, I don't have a channel in which I'm going to, you know, the heart of, like, you know, some place in, like, a rural area and handing out. The only thing we were able to do, though, if you guys do want to feel good about the fact that you guys have supported this channel. KwingsLetsPlays was able to build like 2 or 3 huge wells in Asia during the time that we were really successful. We actually took Luke and I believe in giving to charity, and we did take our charity money and use it to build wells for people for water. And like, you know, I remember the first time I like YouTube just cut everything in half. I said, man, I wish I could get, I'm such a bad person that I literally told Luke I wish I could get that money back for the wells. But like in reality, like that was God's like way. That wasn't mine. Like I gave that and it's not mine, and those, you know, people needed water, and you know, it's not, you can't take money back to give to charity, and we're bad. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm still talking. Maybe Luke will beat up some more bad guys. Luke, do you want to take this away from me? Gosh darn it, Luke. You know, why do you come down coughing? Why don't you have some tea? Well then what are you doing? What do you expect me to do? It's like you want to be bleeding in front of me and me have to bandage you on the stream? Alright, well, try to drink something. Alright, so I guess I'll beat up one more bad guy and then we'll cut the stream off.
I hope you can help this city. Well, he had a bat symbol on his chest.
That's okay. I'm sorry for making everyone sad. I don't know. I was just trying to be real for a second. No, I'm making, it's my dark humor. I have dark humor, so I told, he's coughing, so I'm like, what are you gonna do next? Be bleeding all over? I don't know where this character is. I don't know where anyone is. I don't know where I'm supposed to go for this stupid quest. It says this is where I'm supposed to go. But there's nobody here. Oh, I hate I hate when I can't find where I'm supposed to go.
Now, where is it?
Oh, well, I will try to go one more place. I don't know why that wasn't letting me go there. I don't know what Luke's doing. Luke's literally, I know it's 5:50. He's coughing in front of me. He hasn't told me if I'm supposed to stop the stream. It's making me very anxious. Right, but am I supposed to stop the stream now? What are you doing? Just sitting next to me. What are you doing? But I can't read your mind. You're just sitting next to me, making me stressed out. But you're not saying anything. But I need to know what you're thinking. I can't read your mind. But I didn't know that. Not good at reading minds. You're making me look. You always, without you here, Luke, I would look better because I was being a normal person even, and then you come in and you make me confused and stressed out. But you didn't say that. Luke said he wanted to be around people because he can't breathe. Why don't you just come on my stream? Everyone wants to hear you cough on the stream. You didn't before. Why don't you just... Am I not more important than the cat? You're really making it look bad for yourself right now. Oh.
Get away! You rock!
Fine, do whatever you want. Luke is here, but he's coughing. Well, I'm just about closing up. I thought you had said I had to be done by 5:50, and then you come at 5:50 and like you're just next to me. Luke, you did not come at 6. I saw the clock when you were here. You've been here 10 minutes. I looked at the clock. It said 5:50, and you were sitting down next to me. Okay. All right, so I'm going back to the belfry, I guess. Alright guys and gals, well sorry this was kind of like a bad stream. I guess I didn't really think it was affecting me, but I guess it was today. I don't really encourage anyone, the YouTuber that I was talking about that got us ripped out of WB, please don't go to their channel even if you figured out who they are. Because number one, we've had people come after, like, we've had our subscribers go after YouTubers that have heard us before, and those subscribers just flay them alive in front of their audience, and they, you know, like, they lie and they say that we sent people over there and that we send people over to harass them, which is not true. We never send anyone over to harass people. Our subscribers just go over, sometimes voluntarily, when they've heard about a YouTuber mistreating us. But, you know, I wouldn't, for your own... Alright, now I know why you were sitting away. Okay, you can sit, you can go. For your own sakes, I don't even know why you're coughing. What, Luke, what are you talking about? I've never heard you cough like this in my entire life. You've never coughed like this in my entire life. I've never heard you cough like this before. I've never heard it. Anyways, what I was just saying was, don't go over there because, you know, that will just hurt you. It would just, the only reason I talk about things is so people know, like, if people come over here and, like, if you see someone coming over and saying, like, the Kwings bully kids, or, like, they hurt this one YouTuber, Arkham YouTuber or something, just know, like, this video, I did tell the real story of what happened, and I didn't do anything. Like, we've never bullied anyone. In fact, they bullied us. You know, just know that did not happen. But I wouldn't, you know, some people are just so evil and so cruel that even if you try to confront them, they have more evil in them than you, and they know how to argue better than you, and even if they're kids, sometimes they're just meaner, and they just, you know, it won't help to go over to talk to them. And I just say it because I just want to say what really happened, so that people know that's what actually happened in that incident. But anyway, thanks again, guys and gals, for hanging out with Batgirl and me. This was a weird stream, but thanks for hanging out for it. And we should be playing 2 episodes of Lego Batman today, and 1 episode of I don't know, Pokemon in just a few minutes. And thank you again, Ben the Rosalina fan, for letting me know, and for the super chats and awesome profile pic. And thanks for the W in the chat for Gotham Knights twin, and everyone. Thanks all for the kind words, everyone, Brandon and everyone, and everybody. So we'll see you guys on next stream in like 20 or 30 minutes. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you guys in a bit. God bless, happy gaming. See ya.